Morning, Chris. Always good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to be here, Julian.
Thanks for 5 minutes with Julian.
Pleasure.
So today we'll just talk a little bit about where you've come from and how you've progressed into the position that you have today as an executive chef of Merivale, the responsibilities you have within the company and how important it is with a growing organisation like yourselves to have people like yourselves in where you guys are moving forward. So over to you, mate.
Yeah, I'm Tasmanian, born and bred. And
plenty of cherries?
Plenty of cherries down there, yeah. A lot of influence around me. We didn't eat takeaway. We always ate good home cooking, and all my both my grandmothers and my mother baked, and that was something that really interested me, getting into the kitchen and doing baking and things like that. So that's how I started cooking. The first place I worked was called the Star Bar Cafe in Launceston, and it was a pub called the Star Hotel. And David Thorpe, who was actually a famous footballer, he came over to Tassie, bought this pub and turned it into a restaurant and bar. And it's something that you didn't see that kind of thing happening in the early 90s like that in Tasmania. And I was lucky enough to get a job there, my first job. It kind of set me on a path to where I am today.
Yeah. So your first move in Sydney was with Merivale?
It was, yes.
What venue was that?
It was to open El Loco in Surrey Hills with Dan Hong.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone is very well aware of how creative you guys as a group Merivale is in bringing new concepts, to Sydney. How do you guys come up with concepts? How does it work?
Oh look, Justin, the owner, definitely leads everything creatively. He's the visionary. He's the one that he'll see a property, fall in love with it, has a vision. Totti's, for example, he loved Mike's product and thought it would be a great fit, and yeah, it just gets Mike on board, and Mike does his magic, and it kind of goes from there. He's good at surrounding himself with people to be able to deliver on his vision,
Now you're executive chef, I think pushing forward with new venues, you roll out the new venues. I think you must have to be a bit of a numbers man in order to do that, and very structured.
I didn't do really well with numbers at school, wasn't very interested in it. I think what comes naturally to me is leadership. I like leading big teams of people, all with their mission to go and accomplish, and we do it as a team, and that's, I think, why I've ended up in the role like I have now.
What's happening next within the group? I know I read in the paper, so that's not a secret, about Totti's potentially opening in the city, and if you can talk a little bit about that, or?
We're more concentrating on, the challenges that we face with global economy, local economy, climate change, things like that, and that's at the moment shaping the way we're going to move forward with business. So take Parisi, for example. How do we work with businesses like yourself to team up and help each other out? And of course there's always new growth, but we're firmly focusing on what's happening with the existing venues as well.
We all know that employment is a difficult thing and getting more difficult as time progresses. Pete has semi-retired out of Est, as we all know. He has now set up an apprenticeship school within Merivale, which I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but you guys are doing great things in that space in developing young chefs. How instrumental is this in you guys bringing on new staff, and how much does this have a weight in people wanting to join the company?
The benefit with Merivale being able to do the in-house apprenticeship program is that there's a lot of opportunity in terms of the type of venues or the type of skills that they can get in their practical training. But not only that, they're getting one-on-one coaching from one of the greatest Australian chefs, like Josh Nyland, Alex Woolley, Jordan Toft. It's good as an executive chef to be part of the process and along the journey with the apprentices that are in the venues that I'm working in. So
maybe if you want to talk a little bit about your personal family and whether your work-life balance gets interrupted a little bit because of you're at the end of the day you're still working in restaurants. The night time is tough.
My wife Kylie and I have one daughter, Lucy. She's 3.5. Look, Kylie and I met in working in hospitality. And you know, we've been together for nearly 20 years, so she's got a very good understanding of what hospitality life is, and she works full-time as well, and we both have a good understanding about, you know, what's important for each other with our careers, and we both support each other really well. You know, when I'm not at work or I've got my days off, I don't tend to engage too much in hospitality. I try to do other things, go to the beach or watch some footy or something like that.
And I know you're about to hit service now, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you once again and catch up.
Thank you very much, Julian.